This is Brad Schmidt in K-High Studios. It is 8:45 a.m. here in downtown Auburn. Beautiful weather. So I hope you guys are getting out this morning and enjoying it. We are expecting to be in the mid-70s today. Right now I have Dave Naves from Dave Works Web Development. He is here and going to be talking about Amazon Prime. Dave, how are you doing this morning?
Good. Nice to be here, Brad. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So what do we got today? A little bit about Amazon Prime. You were talking to me earlier about some people were having questions about that.
Yeah, Amazon Prime. As we all know, Amazon is, one of the world's largest retailers out there, and it just dominates the web in terms of shopping. So one of the things they'd offered was this thing called Amazon Prime, and some people know about it, but they might not know everything about it. So I started digging deep in terms of what exactly you get for the money. So I thought I'd break it down into what is it, who's it for, how much does it cost, and maybe some of the benefits that might benefit you. So it does cost about $100 a year. Okay, and for most people, it's a no-brainer in the sense that free 2-day shipping. I mean, if you buy stuff on Amazon, you're spending more than $100 a year in shipping. So it's kind of a no-brainer.
But so basically, it pays for itself.
It really pays for itself. I typically don't talk about consumer-based elements here on the show. I talk specifically to small businesses that are want to learn about the web and what benefits they can have for their business if they embrace the web. And the show is called The Web in Plain English, so people can truly understand all this stuff that's going on and not be afraid of it. But today, because I did have a number of questions about Amazon Prime, I thought I'd talk about that more on a consumer base. And it's funny, but the business part of me also wants to just not forget to mention that Amazon has single-handedly changed the world of shipping. They are just abusing shippers across the world. Prices have come way down, and shippers are working around the clock, harder than they ever have, to get stuff to people's homes and businesses as fast as possible. And with free 2-day shipping, I mean, Amazon literally has changed the face of shipping forever. And it's getting even more press. One of the things they offer is same-day delivery in certain areas, which, in fact, it gets even, better or worse, depending on how you look at it. 1-hour shipping.
Yeah, could you imagine working at their shops, how quickly they must have people running around like crazy. It's
unbelievable how they've forced all of the major shippers to kind of bow down to them, because they said this is, they've forced it upon the world that this is what our consumers want. So if you want a piece of it, you better have your shops ready. So small shippers, large shippers, they are all just running in circles trying to keep up with the demand.
Right.
So let me break down. So the first thing, as I mentioned, free 2-day shipping, eligible on not all items. You'll see a little Amazon Prime logo. And that's kind of the face of this. It's like, hey, it's big on shipping, and it's handy. I have to admit, So small businesses, you want to keep up. You might want to think about offering something similar, depending on the type of business you have. I mentioned same-day delivery, ineligible in certain zip codes. Right, Prime Video. This is one that maybe some people don't know about. Unlimited streaming of movies and TV episodes for paid members, and this is currently in the U.S. and Puerto Rico. It gets very detailed. I'm sure we don't have enough time through the show to explain exactly how all of this stuff works, because I've got a lot to talk about, and I often go off on tangents. But I'll just kind of run down the list here. Prime Music. Unlimited, ad-free access home to Prime playlists, and more than 1 million songs available that you just get for free, or you might not even know about it. So it's a huge competitor to Spotify and iTunes and the rest of them. Amazon has the money and literally the bandwidth to offer this to these paid members. Prime Photos, secure unlimited photo storage in the Amazon cloud. A lot of people, that surprises many people. So if you've got massive numbers of pictures on your devices and you need somewhere to store them, well, you have unlimited space at Amazon. One thing they call Prime Pantry, where if you have access to this thing called Prime Pantry, where members can purchase and ship to addresses in the U.S. Very low-priced grocery, household, and pet care items. that's, yet another element. And speaking of elements, they have something called Amazon Elements. I had a bit of a hard time trying to figure out what Elements is. And essentially what it is Amazon is being very consumer oriented here in the sense that they are creating some of their own Amazon branded items. And they say that they're listening very closely to what you want as a consumer, and it's all about the consumer and not about trying to market you something that you may not want. So what they have to offer right now are baby wipes, of all things. That's what they're marketing hard right now. I think they're kind of putting their toe in the water to see how it's going to work, but they are Amazon. They have the power to do a lot. So
what a better way to test the waters than with baby wipes.
I tell you what, if it works, it's going to work well.
I just have a quick question. So with the music and the movies, is it stored similarly to Apple's the cloud?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
so it'd be something that you could purchase on your phone, store it up in the cloud, and then have access to it whenever you
Absolutely.
feel. Okay.
And Amazon, by the way, is known, completely outside of Prime here, they're known for offering amazing cloud services. I'm a web developer by trade, and if you've got a website that gets hammered with a lot of traffic, or you have, a lot of very serious advanced needs, Amazon is known for offering cloud-based services that are second to none. And it's a big competitive business. So they really have it together, and that's a great question. Early access. 30-minute early access to lightning deals on Amazon. So if you are an Amazon Prime member and there's something, hot and heavy coming out, you get to buy it 30 minutes before everybody else on what they call lightning deals. Kindle First. Let me go to Kindle Owners Lending Library. You have access to a massive number of Kindle books that you essentially borrow. It's like their library, so you can borrow it and you put it back. And one thing they called Kindle First, early access for members to download a book for free every month from the Kindle First Picks, as they call it. Video add-on subscriptions. Members can purchase video add-on subscriptions to premium content providers. Deals, discounts, compliments of Amazon Family. These include 20% off diapers through Subscribe and 15% off of eligible products for your baby registry. So they're really going after the parental units in the world, which is smart. Membership sharing. This is what I really wanted to go over. You can share your memberships with your family. So each member of your family doesn't have to belong to Amazon Prime or pay for, Amazon Prime. So one member in the family purchases it, and they can allow access of certain things to other members of the family, like video, right, and the music and I think certain Kindle sharing, for example.
Probably the thought there is that once they get a little taste of it, they'll want to purchase it themselves.
You nailed it. You nailed it. That's exactly right. Smart business.
Yeah.
So the Amazon household allows you to easily share Amazon digital content with your family using Family Library and and you can even manage the profiles of your children in the household. So it's a pretty awesome thing, similar to what iTunes had done, that allows you to share certain copyrights of music and whatnot amongst your family members, so everybody doesn't have to buy the same song over and over, right? How are we doing on time? We got about 6 minutes left. All right, so I've got a lot to talk about. Yeah, so here are the what they call the sharing select Prime benefits. This is what can be shared between the two adults in the family household. Fast and free Prime shipping benefits, access to Prime Video, streaming only, early access to the Amazon Lightning deals, Prime Photos. Each household is eligible for their own Prime Sharing Photos account. Actual photos and album aren't shared between the accounts. So that's a pretty big deal. Kindle Owners Lending Library, 20% off diapers, subscriptions, and 15% off baby registry discounts. And the fresh shipping benefits for Prime Fresh members only. Kindle First, I can just kind of race down this list. Kindle First program gives Kindle First members the opportunity to download one of the 6 editor's picks a month before the official publication date, either for free or at a reduced price. New titles are announced at the beginning of each month. That's for the avid readers in the family that always have to read the latest and greatest. That's a pretty big deal. What else? Too much information here for this show. Prime Early Access. This is a pretty good one. Prime Early Access is a feature that gives Prime members 30-minute early access to lightning deals on Amazon and new sales event on myhabit.com. That's enough on that one. I've got too much to go over here. The Amazon Elements, I'll just read you their spiel on Amazon Elements because I think this could really be a big deal for Amazon and the rest of us. Amazon prides itself on being Earth's most consumer-centric company. Consumers were the inspiration for Amazon Elements, our own line of everyday essentials. We know it's challenging to navigate all the choices and marketing messages you face while shopping for your family. We thought we could do better in 3 ways. Listening to your feedback for what matters most, making products that live up to your high standards, and sharing every detail to inform your decisions. So I like the mission statement there. It sounds like somebody there is really pushing for kind of like, what is the company, Honest.com, that is all about really taking care of the consumer so you don't feel like you're being spoon-fed information, and rather it's the opposite direction. So I think it's a smart move. About Prime Photos. Prime Photos provides unlimited storage in the cloud drive with an additional 5 gigabytes of free storage for active Prime members in the U.S. That's pretty huge. Unlimited storage. I mean, they don't care. It's kind of like YouTube. They don't care how much space it takes up and how much it costs them. That's a big deal that I often mention about the Amazon is they operate on a 1% profit margin. Right? That's very small. If you think about, when investors talk about profit margins and whatnot, Amazon operates on a 1%. The reason they are worth so many billions of dollars is because they have a massive foothold on the world at this point in terms of, people's consumption. Everybody uses Amazon. I won't say everybody, but pretty much everyone.
1% is small, but their 1% is huge.
It's gigantic. And it was the brilliance of Jeff Bezos back in the early 90s when everybody thought he was insane for continuing to throw investor dollars. He would dilute his shares over and over, $100 million at a time, and people thought he was insane. As people said back then, "You're crazy, it's never going to happen." Well, guess who's having the last laugh now? There's an old saying that you shouldn't worry so much about your piece of the pie when you're building a business. It's all about trying to concentrate on building a gigantic pie. Well, that's exactly what Jeff Bezos did. So while they operated a 1% margin, it's an enormous margin, and nobody, including right now Jet.com, you may have seen their commercials on TV. I don't personally think that Jet.com stands a chance. Many investors would argue with me.
Is that a competitor?
It is. They're going directly. They're going to go for less than a 1% profit margin. Yet Amazon has got such, a gigantic foothold on online shopping that I just don't see it. And a lot of other, economist types are looking at their business plan like they're insane. But who knows?
Honestly, I remember it wasn't that long ago when Amazon, to me, was only a place to get college textbooks.
Right. That's what they said. That was their deal. If you ever notice in the Amazon logo, though, it has an arrow between the A and the Z. If you look at it closely, they sell everything from A to Z. That's what that means. It's pretty smart. Again, Bezos is brilliant, So, Prime Photos, Prime Video, same things. Prime members can watch thousands of movies and TV shows at no additional cost.
I had a quick question. So this photo, why would I want to use that instead of just my iPhone to store photos? What's the difference?
There really is no difference other than a lot of people don't have iPhones.
Okay.
Droids actually outnumber number of iPhone users. So, It's just a choice. It's an extra option. If you have massive quantities of storage you need, why not use Amazon? So I think I'm running out of time here.
Yeah, we got about 30 seconds.
About 30 seconds left. So I like to just wrap up with every show with a couple of thoughts. One is check out Amazon Prime. The $100 may very well be worth it to you, and just for the free shipping alone. Two, it's far more than just the free shipping. Next week, we're going to talk about advanced Google searching techniques, so you do not want to miss it. So come check me out on daveworks.net. Thanks for having me.
Serving Placer, Nevada, and El Dorado counties, and all of the Northern California foothills. AM 950, KAHI, Auburn.